Welcome back, everybody.
It's
As
been
you
a
know,
while since I
Austin
did an
Metcalf
update in
update. Kamar Anthony's family broke, couldn't afford turkey. Come on now. All that money that Kamar Anthony's family has gotten, millions and millions of dollars, and you tell me they cannot afford turkey.
There are places on this planet where the line...
Sorry about that. There's another video I'm about to do shortly. But come on now. Kamar Anthony's family got tons of money. Up in the millions. They blew through all that money. Well, here's my info on it. Y'all have money, you didn't buy those luxury cars, that brand new house, $8,000 a month housing, all that jewelry, all that fancy equipment, the boxer, Charleston White, hired him as your spokesperson, knowing clear when he's a two-face. Well, we can spend with his money like that. Yeah, he'll jump on a ship too. And y'all actually telling me y'all went through all the money. Here's some parts right here. I missed the part where any of us care that they ran out of money. The whole fan and the sports need to be locked up for life. Thank you, Sarah. They have to give, send, fun. Right, it's just ridiculous. 500K doesn't last that long when it's free money. They have other meal tickets that are supporting them. They burn up most of the money on crack. That's funny. My thing is giving all the others who work a job had off when I was dinner. This story is why I started following this channel. Thank you for continuing to cover the story and everything you do. I was wondering if you could do a follow-up to the pregnant teenager and her boyfriend in Lane County that was shot and killed in their car a couple years ago. So you tell me you blew through 500K in that short span, man. That is outrageous. That's outrageous. If I have 500K, man, I know what I do with it. I'll put some of it in the damn retirement home. I mean, savings account, save it, because you want to need your son, when he gets proven guilty, he's going to need commissary for the rest of his life. Alright, to the video.
Metcalf case, but I came across some information yesterday that I found to be quite interesting. Now, shout out to Sarah Fields for bringing this to my attention. I believe she just had a birthday, so go wish her a happy birthday. But, as you guys know, as we were covering the Austin Metcalf, Carmelo Anthony story for months, I and other people, everyone covering the story, we were reporting that Carmelo Anthony's family was burning through all of the money that they raised from their kid killing a white kid at a school track meet. Yeah, if you're not familiar with this story, then you should go watch all of my videos on it. Definitely a crazy story, but Carmelo Anthony's family, they raised over $500,000. And people quickly pointed out that they're burning through this money. They were getting Amazon packages out the wazoo to their house. They moved into a new, more expensive house. They talked about how they're going to have to use the money for transportation and nonstop security and all of this stuff. And we just knew that they were going to burn through the money. But anyone that would talk about that or report on that, they would be accused of being racist. Oh my God, Carmelo Anthony's little cult-like following, they would go crazy when he would suggest that his family is going to burn through all of this money recklessly. Well, fast forward to today, and it appears that Carmelo Anthony's family could not afford Thanksgiving dinner. Or at least that is what they are claiming. Carmelo Anthony's dad had a phone call with Carmelo Anthony's little cult following and one of his biggest supporters. And he was basically playing the victim, crying that him and his family could not afford Thanksgiving. Folks, they raised over $500,000 not that long ago. I know that the news moves fast. I know it feels like time is just moving so fast. But it really hasn't been that long since we were covering the Austin Metcalf story. It hasn't been long since Austin Metcalf's life was tragically taken away by Carmelo Anthony for absolutely no reason at all. So it's not like Carmelo's family has had access to this money for long. And to be clear, yeah, they raised over $500,000 on their little Gifts and Go GoFundMe campaigns, but they've also been raking in all types of money directly to their PayPals, Cash Apps, and all of that. Speaking of Cash App, if you would like to send a donation to this channel, you know how. But seriously, they've been raking in all kinds of money, but now they were claiming just the other day that they could not afford Thanksgiving. Which is wild to me considering how...
Really? You rake in $500,000 and you can't afford a fucking Thanksgiving turkey. Even a cheap one. Let's break down all the expenses y'all went through, okay? Buy new cars. You got these people who are training your son. You paying Charleston White $20,000 every time he comes on air to speak for your son. You went and buy a new house, jewelry, social media stuff, boxing camp, all that shit right there. And you telling me y'all blew through $500,000 in what? 8 months? Your son killed that dude back in what? May or June of this year? And you blew through? You killed his son. Y'all killed that other people's son back in April. May, June, July, August, September, October, November. You blew through $500,000 in 7 fucking months? Really? And then y'all claiming, and that's not counting what y'all getting from GoFundMe or these Cash Apps or these other little gifts money you getting through fundraising. On top of the $500,000 you already blew through. And y'all telling us, the whole world, that y'all could not afford Thanksgiving dinner? Fuck y'all. Okay? Also, Matt Cap's family can't celebrate Thanksgiving. They still mourning his loss. His life being taken away. Because what? Because somebody who didn't post to be in that school was there? Because some stupid little idiot got his feelings hurt when they told him to leave? Fuck y'all, Carmelo Anthony's family. Okay, y'all don't get no sympathy. Y'all are not the victims. Austin Metcalf's family is. And when the truth comes out that Austin Metcalf was killed because of your son was racial discrimination, all the people that supported Carmelo Anthony, I suggest the law rounds them up because they're accomplices to the murder case. Lock his dad up, lock his mom up, lock his sister, grandma, niece, nephews, all of them up. Lock the whole Carmelo Anthony's family up and throw away the key. Then lock up Charleston White for supporting knowing when he knew the truth was wrong. He stole money. That Tiffany Billion, lock her up, who trying to get their family killed. Austin Metcalf killed. And threatening to kill Sarah Field. Lock her up as well. Like the one who threatened all the Austin Metcalf family and the Sarah Field family and everything. Lock them up. Because it makes no sense. This shit right here. Y'all went through all that shit. I was a judge that, the judge that let that shit happen, she should be locked up. I mean, it makes no sense at all. You blew through a whole amount of money like that. Makes no sense at all. I mean, damn. Actually, damn. That I blew through that much money in 7 months. I mean, shit. God almighty. If I had $500,000, $500,000, I'd be too scared to spend it. To be honest. Shit. God almighty. But anyway, let's get back to the video, shall we?
Money they just raised. But that's what they're going with. Is it true? Or are they just trying to grift more money?
Get more money?
I don't know, but I find it wild that if we were to suggest that Carmelo Anthony's family ran through all of their money a couple of months ago, people would go crazy. But now, Carmelo Anthony's family is basically admitting that, looking for handouts for Thanksgiving. Now, luckily for Carmelo's family, they have a lot of supporters who were really happy that their kid killed some white kid for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people rallied around this family.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they couldn't afford their own Thanksgiving, Carmelo's cult-like following, they stepped up and they said, hey, we'll pay for Thanksgiving for you. We're so happy that your kid killed Austin Metcalf, that white kid, for no reason, that we will buy you a turkey. Matter of fact, we'll buy you 2 turkeys. We'll buy all the fixings for you. So Carmelo Anthony's family were able to eat Thanksgiving this year. Carmelo was able to eat Thanksgiving with his family despite being a freaking murderer. They were all able to have Thanksgiving this year because they're following, they just really support them. They really support what Carmelo Anthony did to Austin Metcalf. But I have just a quick little snippet of one of these little live streams because even though most people, we're all kind of waiting for the trial to happen and we're not talking about this case every single day, Carmelo's supporters, they're still rallying around every single day, expressing their hatred for white people on these live streams while, cheering on Carmelo and what have you. So I have a little clip from one of those podcasts where they're discussing this whole Thanksgiving situation. I want to go ahead and roll that clip really quickly, and then I'll be right back with more.
Drew and I were speaking on the phone, and I asked him if they needed anything, and he told me no. And he told me to share this with you guys. He told me no, they didn't need anything. And all of a sudden, 2 cash apps come through for a substantial amount of money, and he can't believe it. And it's from Sherrod and Mr. Lee. And he was able to go get his family some food for Thanksgiving, and they had a good meal with 2 fried turkeys and stuff. So, man, they feel real good. Shout out to Sherrod and Mr. Lee for doing that. People think, I like that. Oh, we're raising a lot of money in gifts and go. No, that just covers their basic living expenses. Like, that's why I do it every week. Like, it's things that I shouldn't have to say because people should just be supportive. I feel like people should just be supportive. I shouldn't have to say, well, the gifts and go only covers their living expenses. When we talk about food and groceries.
Hold up. She said you gotta be supportive? Why the fuck you want to be supportive of a fucking family to get $500,000 and their son killed an innocent person just because of the color of his skin? Let me clog off this video here before I end up saying the fucking word I want to say about this family. Let me go off.